there, welcome to Crafting with Kerry. So today what we're going to look at is one of the common Christmas projects is personalizing baubles for our Christmas tree. It's a lovely little add-on gift when you are visiting somebody over the festive season. So starting off with a bauble, I do have a clear one here, which is also one of the more popular versions to use. You can of course open them up and fill them with lovely treats. You can also use things like glitter or fake snow, and that can look really pretty on the Christmas tree. I also have some of my favorite vinyls, some of my more favorite vinyls to use, particularly over the festive season, is the more glitter blingy ones, as well as the textured gold. I think these three go really well together and can really zhuzh up a design when you are placing it on your bauble. So let's head on over to Design Space. Okay, so I'm looking for a generic saying like merry and bright for Christmas, and I was looking at a couple. So heading over to our images, you can see a couple of things I've been looking at. So merry and bright, and there were a few that I have actually bookmarked. So I'm just going to filter on my bookmark ones, and here are a couple of options, and they are really cute. So the one that I like the most is this one. Just the only thing that is different between these top two is the and symbol that's used. That really does depend on your aesthetics. This one is a little bit more on the thin font side, and this one as well, but there are also really cute options to use. So what I'm going to do is add this one to my canvas and also this one, and I'll show you why. I'm going to look at decorating both sides of the baubles with something a little bit different. So I do have my two basic designs here. One of the most important elements when you are working with baubles is trying to get your size of your images right. And why that's important is because you are in fact working with a curved surface. So with your bauble being a curved surface, you do want to be mindful of the size that you use. The bigger the size, the harder it's going to be to really get the placement right over the more curved surface area. So the smaller you go, the less issues you're going to have in terms of those little bunching up, where you get those little folds in your vinyls because it's not adhering nice and smooth and evenly. What I do like about the glitter and the textured vinyls is it does give you a little bit more leeway. So it's really great for starting off before you go to perhaps your smoother and holographic type vinyl. So it is nice just to get your confidence up and get some practice in when it comes to preparing your bauble. So here we have a fairly large bauble. If I do measure it from the inside, it's about a 10 centimeter diameter bauble. So it is quite on the bigger side. And then looking at our flat surface, we kind of want to see roughly what size design we want to use. So for something like a 10 centimeter bauble, I'd want to not go anywhere more than 6 centimeters in terms of the diameter of my sticker. So that is what we're going to be working with. And I wouldn't want to go higher than 6 centimeters either. So let's get back to our designs. So for the one side, I wanted to say the merry and bright, and then on the other side I want to just have this cute little tree design. So I'm going to quickly remove everything so I can just have the tree design, and click apply, and here we just have the tree design. I also want to have the tree part in green and the star in gold. So you can do that by duplicating your design, and then we're going to contour it a bit. But firstly, I'm going to resize. I want to resize it down. I didn't want to have it any higher than 6. Okay, so that looks pretty good. And then I'm going to duplicate it. And on one, I'm going to remove the little star. So I just have the squiggly bits, and I'm changing that to green. And then on my existing one, I'm going to get rid of my squiggly bit. So I just am left with the star that I can then make gold. Okay, so that's for one side of my bauble. And then we've got Merry and Bright. We also need to resize that down quite a bit. And I also want to play with my colors here a bit. Since we have the green on the one side, I think I'm going to have red on the side. So firstly, I'm going to contour out everything and make the gold color. So here I have my gold color, just contouring it out. So the and I'm going to place in the same gold as the star. And then Merry and Bright I'm going to have in red. So just removing the and symbol, so we are left with Merry and Bright, and placing that in a nice red color. So here we have our 2 designs that are going to go on either side of our bauble. You can split them up, change colors as how it suits your aesthetic. So you don't have to be restricted by single colored designs. You can contour it out and make adjustments as you see fit. We are quickly going to save our project. Now that we have saved our project, we can move ahead and start making. Coming up with our red mat first, we can click on continue. There are no amendments to be made here with our vinyl as is. These glitter vinyls are known as Shimmer. So make sure you select the correct material, and we can go ahead and place this on our mat. So just heading on over to our mat, getting our shimmer vinyl stuck down nicely. And I am going to just make sure I select more pressure. I find that my Cricut machine in particular just needs a little extra pressure when cutting the shimmer vinyl. But my maker used to cut it on the default pressure, so it really just depends on your machine, but you do get to know your machine in time. If you are nervous, just go with a bit more pressure. And we're going to click on our play button, ready to cut. going to cut out our Merry and Bright. Remember, when we try and put the shimmer and textured vinyls onto the bauble, we will in fact need to use our StrongGrip Transfer tape. And we can remove that from our mat. If we look at Design Space, we are moving on to the gold next. I have a small offcut here. It's always good to use our offcuts. That should get our job done. We just need to make sure that when we head back on over to Design Space, that we change our material to the textured metallic, ready to cut. We can then unload, bring it on over to our workspace. We can remove that piece, and we will then be going on to our last piece, which is our lovely little Christmas tree. I'm going to again just head on back over to Design Space. We want to make sure that we select Shimmer. I'm going to put a little more pressure, and we can load our machine. Okay, we can unload and head on back to our workspace. Let's remove this from our mat. We want to cut off our excess. We don't want to waste. We want to make sure that we are using just what is needed. And we can start weeding. I'm going to start with our textured gold first. Okay, just grabbing a corner. Weeding out some of our middle bits. And we have our gold weeded out, ready to go. Let's hope my maker decided to cut shimmer today. Seems that we did pretty well. Murphy's Law, as I say, we did well. It starts to catch a bit, but we'll just gently peel away our excess vinyl so that we have our tree. It seems to have lifted a little bit here. I'm just going to pull it up so we can get it down nice and flat. You don't want to start off with something that is already deformed, because when you transfer it, it is going to be an issue to get onto your bauble, because once it's on that transfer tape and it's a bit skew, you are already asking for problems. There are quite a few little bits and pieces here that we need to have removed. These are our last two pieces, and it really has a lovely festive look to it with these beautiful shimmers. I think it certainly does fit with the season. Trying to see if I can use an existing piece of StrongGrip. We are being a bit brave because it doesn't quite fit, but we'll give it a go. If need be, we will grab a new piece, but as long as you've got the main parts down, it should be able to work. You can also put slits in your transfer tape. So a lot of people do like to put slits in their transfer tape, particularly when going around these curvy surfaces like baubles. I'm a bit of a take it or leave it, let's go type vibe, but it is up to you. Okay, so I don't want to put any vinyl over the opening part. I want to stick to the center of the bauble as best as I can. You should try and work from the center and work your way out. So I'm trying with the Mary first to get that down as best I can. And then I'm going to start working on bright here at the bottom. Okay, like I said, you are working with a curved surface, so you just want to be mindful of that. And here you go. Trying to get the focus of the camera. No pieces that have issues. We've got everything on there perfectly. No creases in our vinyl. No bubbles to be concerned about. It is on perfectly. And we want to put our little and symbol. We're using the same transfer tape because we do use StrongGrip for shimmer as well as textured vinyl. So I've just left a little star on there and just pulled out the and I'm going to try and fit that in here. So once you're happy with the placement, you can place it down, peel it off, and there you have the design on perfectly. It's what I really like about the shimmer and textured is you're not going to have as many issues when it comes to getting any folds and bubbles in your design. So it definitely is a good option, especially when you're starting out. And we're going to go ahead and put our Christmas tree on the other side. I love these modern like squiggle Christmas trees. I think they look so lovely. Peel it back. And we can go ahead and place it on our bauble. It's fine if it hasn't stuck all the way, because you can use that a bit to your advantage and just work your way down, making sure that you don't have any folds in your vinyl. And here we have our little Christmas tree. And last but not least, our little star for the top. Happy with the placement. Stick it down and peel it off. And there we have our little Christmas tree. So inside here you can put little sweets, treats, fudge, or if you're going for a more of a decorative look, you can go ahead and put like the fake snow in, or glitter, or different types of beads or polystyrene balls, and that would look stunning as well. I hope that you enjoyed crafting with me today. Thank you so much for joining us. And please do not forget to like, comment, subscribe. I really appreciate everybody who joins us on these videos. And happy crafting!